Is detoxing a fad? Is it even real? We've all heard the term detox thrown around, and you might associate it with something like a juice cleanse or something like that. But truly, I think that detoxing is a way of life. So today we're focusing on natural and healthy ways to support our body's natural detoxification systems. Let's dive in. Some people believe that you can't do anything to detox your body, that it's just the body's job to cleanse itself, and you really can't do anything about that. You can't help it, you can't support, you can't do anything. That is kind of one thought, one belief system about detoxification, but I call hogwash, okay? I would not listen to anyone who told me that I can't do anything to support my body's natural abilities to do what it's meant to do. So I'm in the other camp. I don't believe that. You can't do anything to support your body's abilities to detox. So what is detoxing? At its core, detoxing is really about giving the blood a good, thorough cleanse. Think about it like this. The liver is your personal filtration system, okay? It sifts out impurities. It processes them from the blood to help prepare them for elimination. But even the liver needs a little bit of help sometimes, and it doesn't do this alone. The body also uses the kidneys, the digestive tract, the lungs, the lymphatic system, and even our skin to help clear toxins and waste from our bodies. So the challenge is that when these systems or organs are compromised, right? Toxins and impurities are not going to be able to be properly filtered. It's like if you had an amazing water filter, but you never cleaned it and it just got gunky and it was just not able to clear things out as well. Or it's like when the lint trap in your dryer gets too full, your dryer is not going to dry the clothes as well as it does when it has a clear lint trap. It's kind of the same concept. I don't know. That's how I think about it. But basically, when these systems are compromised, they're not going to work as well as they would if they weren't compromised. And that's really where you start to see adverse effects. So if you feel sluggish, you feel inexplicably gross or icky or constipated, bloated, irritable, if you have a diagnosis or if you're dealing with something like a flare-up of something, that might be a sign that your body's having trouble with this process. That might not be the only thing that's going on, but it might be a signal. So knowing that, I think that there are a few things that are important to do as part of a regular healthy wellness routine. There are a few things that I like to do as part of my regular routine that help support detoxing and just overall wellness. So maybe some of these things that I'm going to share with you will inspire you to adopt some of these practices. That's kind of my goal for this episode, is just to share these things and help you integrate them into your healthy living lifestyle. Before I share my detox lifestyle tips with you, I just want to clarify that a true detox can only be done with a healthcare professional. It's not something to do at home, because if your pathways are blocked or something like that, you can just end up causing more harm or causing issues for yourself. So preferably you would work with a healthcare professional to do a proper detox. And that's a different level. That's a different level of this. That's not really what we're talking about here today. But I would recommend working with a naturopath, a homeopath, or an integrative MD. And I'm sure there are other specialties too that can help you. But just work with someone who is natural-minded and has experience doing, like a full body detox or a proper detox. And, like if you are dealing with a diagnosis, you have something that, is flaring up or bothering you, you should work with a professional. You shouldn't try to do this just casually at home. The things that I'm going to share right now are great lifestyle tips that you can incorporate into your daily or weekly routine, but they're not like a full-on hardcore, cleanse or detox. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, I'm so excited to share these things with you because, to be perfectly honest, I have built this practice that I do over a period of about 5 years. This is something that I have just really started to do for myself, and I'm so excited to share these little tips and ideas with you. So, number one is to basically do like everything that I stand for. And that's to stop exposing yourself to controllable substances as much as possible. What I mean by that is, like, if you are still using toxic fragrance, you're spraying yourself with perfume every day, or you're using, scented lotions or something like that, you're still exposing yourself to toxins. So you're still putting them in. You're still putting them in the body or on the body. If you're eating junk food all the time, then you're still putting those things in the body, and you might be able to help your body get rid of them. But if you have a constant stream of exposure of those things going in the body, you can only do so much to help your body detox, because those things are just going to keep, coming in. It's like a revolving door, right? So stop exposing yourself as much as possible, as much as is reasonable. Okay, make the changes that we have been talking about in the previous episodes. Make the changes that you know deep down inside you need to make. Okay, so cut out inflammatory foods. Ditch the chemicals in your home. Use the better beauty products. Use less things. Make those changes as best you can and as it makes sense for you. So that's tip number one. I mean, I can't really tell you these things without covering that, right? Okay. So now that we've addressed the elephant in the room, let's talk about the kind of daily lifestyle tips. And number 2 is practicing good hydration. Staying hydrated is something I think I have talked about in every single episode of the show, because hydration is essential. Hydration is key. Hydration is foundational. So, for example, you can start your day with lemon water. A simple squeeze of half a lemon in your water is so powerful, especially first thing in the morning. I did it this morning and I feel like a rock star. I'm like, oh, I started my day with lemon water. I'm so on top of my detoxing routine, right? I'm so into this health and wellness thing. I feel like a rock star just by squeezing a little lemon in my water, seriously. But it's a really good thing for you. And if you don't like lemon water, you can do other things. You can infuse other fruits into your water. You could just drink water. But really, the idea is about getting that cellular hydration, where it's not just water going through your system, tons and tons of water that's going to flush your body and minerals. It's really about drinking intentionally, drinking and getting your good mineral intake. It's eating hydrating foods like grapes, things like cucumber, watermelon, celery, lettuce, all of those really hydrating foods, so that the hydration is reaching your body, reaching your cells, and truly hydrating your body, not just flushing it with water. That doesn't mean don't drink water, though. Drink water for sure. I like to add a little bit of salt into my water, or just a couple grains under my tongue, and that is how I feel like I am really getting that hydrating, mineral infusion. So that's something you can try if it's, if you like it, if it works for you. I'm sure there's cases where people shouldn't be taking extra salt, but in my experience, a little Himalayan pink salt or, other kinds of clean, healthy salts, don't use table salt, but like Himalayan pink salt, for example, just makes me feel really good. So I always go in that direction. If something makes you feel good, go with that. Okay. And then number 3 is dry brushing. Dry brushing is almost free. It's like practically free. You can buy a dry brush for about $10 or $15 online. And you can even find them at places like TJ Maxx. But literally, it's just a natural bristle brush, like a paddle brush, and you just sweep your body with it. But it is so invigorating. It supports the lymphatic system. It's great for exfoliation. It is just this kind of magical little thing that you can do almost every day. Try to do it daily if you can. I do it before the shower. It's so easy to do. You literally just scrub your body with a dry brush. Obviously, it's dry. You don't need to put anything on your body. You're just scrubbing it. It invigorates your body. Move in the direction towards your heart. So starting from your ankles, brush upward toward the heart. The abdomen area should be brushed downward, because you want to support digestion, move in the direction that the intestines move in, that your food moves in as it's being digested. So brush downward on your belly. Everything else should be brushed in the direction of your heart. So your arms would go toward the heart. You can even do the face, neck. It is just amazing. It's great for cellulite, I think. I don't know if that's studied or not, but I think it really is great for cellulite. It's just great for keeping your circulation moving. And that is an important aspect of keeping your body circulating, detoxing. It is a really wonderful thing that you can do and habit that you can incorporate into your daily or weekly routine that has a big effect. So try dry brushing. Let me know if you like it. Okay, number 4, if you have been following me for some time, I have talked about this one a lot because I am so happy that I discovered it, and that is using an infrared sauna. So infrared saunas are pretty expensive to install into your home. I do have a company that I plan to buy from when I buy my own sauna. I actually just go to a sauna studio, or I go to the sauna at my gym, which is not infrared. It's still just a regular sauna. But as far as infrared saunas go, I go to a sauna studio near me. I go in there for about 45 minutes and I sweat like I have never sweat in my life. It is such a, what is the way to describe this? It is like a core sweat. Like it is coming out from my organs. Like it's just coming out from I don't know where. Anyway, that probably sounds a little gross, but if you really want to work up a good sweat and you want to support your body in detoxing, and maybe other things haven't worked for you, or you just kind of need like a push, infrared sauna is the way to go. There's different ways to do it too. You can do it at home. You can do it at the sauna studio. There are infrared sauna blankets. I'm not so crazy about those because some of them can be made with PVC. I don't want to be around that when I'm sweating. But any way that you can get in the sauna, as long as you're not pregnant or breastfeeding. You don't want to do that if you are, because that can actually, well, in pregnancy cause major issues. But if you're breastfeeding, going in the sauna while you're breastfeeding can actually release anything that your body's trying to release. It can release it into your breast milk. So don't do that if you're breastfeeding. But as long as you're not pregnant or breastfeeding, or even trying to conceive, sauna use can be so powerful along your health journey. I highly recommend it. It is one of the best things I have ever done for myself, truly. Okay, so let's take a break and do today's segment of Loving Lately. Loving Lately is where I share with you 3 products that I have been personally using and loving lately. So while we're on the topic of detoxing today, I want to share with you 3 of my favorite products that I use to support my overall wellness and detoxing and gut health and all of that, all the good stuff. So number 1 on the list is Pure Body Extra by Touchtone Essentials. This is PBX, the zeolite spray. So this is one of the most commonly asked questions in my Facebook group is this, what do you guys think of this? Does it really work? I have used this product for a couple of years. So my youngest son had eczema, and I pretty much tried everything out there. I really like Pure Body Extra. It's a spray. They have it in other forms. I like the spray. It works really well to just kind of clear out the body, give it a little bit of a push. And that's what the zeolite is for. There's lots of different zeolites out there, but I've had a lot of success with this one. In fact, the very first time that I used it, I could tell right away that it was clearing out my body. I'll spare you the details, but it was really good. So my boys and I both use this. I don't overuse it because it can deplete your body. It's not going to necessarily just clear out the yucky stuff. It can deplete the body. So I use this on and off for a week on, a week off, or a month on, a month off, something like that. And I do find that it really does help both me and the kids. So I also, I have a $50 off deal for this. So your first bottle is $50 off through my special offer link. And I'll put that in the show notes for you if you want to buy the PBX and give it a try. It comes out to less than $20 for your first bottle, which is just really amazing. And then if you get on auto ship, you still get a discount from there. So definitely consider Pure Body Extra. Don't let this be the only thing that you do, though, in your detoxing efforts, okay? Just let this be one of the tools that you use. Another supplement that I'm going to be talking about in just a moment again, but something that I love to use is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, this is from Mary Ruth's, and it's another supplement that supports detoxing. I find that whenever I put this in my water, I just feel clear. I feel hydrated, and I just feel like it helps whenever I have brain fog. That's just me. I don't know. It does affect everyone differently. I mean, it's going to support you in the ways that it affects your body, right? But I have heard some people say that after regularly using chlorophyll, they no longer need to use deodorant. So take what you will from that. But this is the brand that I've been using, and I've had a lot of success with it. It is peppermint flavored, and I like that it doesn't taste like, icky. And then the third product is my Biomology Prenatal Collagen Peptides. So this is a grass-fed, unflavored bovine collagen. I use this pretty much every single day. If I'm not drinking coffee, then I will put it in a smoothie or just try to get it in my tea. But it is just such an amazing collagen. It dissolves in hot drinks and foods like instantly. I have never tried a collagen that doesn't have a flavor and dissolves as well as this does. I can't stand clumps. I have like texture and sensory issues, and I have never had an issue with this one. And that's truly why this is the product that we chose. This is why we sourced it from this source, because it was just the best collagen that I tried. And I have tried several. I have even compared it to some of the best brands out there, the most popular ones, even the ones that are popular with the health and wellness community. And I really honestly feel like it is the most superior collagen out there in terms of sourcing, in terms of clumpability or lack of clumpability, and truly being unflavored and unscented. I don't really want to be smelling burger when I'm drinking my morning coffee or something like that. So highly love it. This is also really good for general wellness and gut health support, and that's really why I started taking collagen. I later learned about all of the benefits for pregnancy and things like that, but I really started taking it for gut health support. And anyway, highly love it. And you can also save 15% on your first purchase with code podcast, and I will put a link to that in the show notes as well. Okay, back to our list of detoxing lifestyle habits that you can incorporate. We were just talking a lot about supplements, so I'd like to continue that conversation right now, because supplements are definitely something that you can use to support your body's efforts in detoxing. One of the best is vitamin C. Truly, vitamin C is just, I don't want to call it a miracle, but it is just so powerful, and it's such an amazing antioxidant. So vitamin C, vitamin C, vitamin C, any way that it works for you, I think is a really important one to consider. Another good supplement that is very gentle but effective in detoxing is milk thistle. It's an herb. This one is supposed to be safe while breastfeeding, but always check. You just never know. Milk thistle is great for liver support. Another thing that you could do is take probiotics. I take my mama probiotics from Biomology every single day. I do take our collagen as well. So I highly recommend collagen for gut health support in general. And another good one for gut health support is psyllium husk. That's Psyllium. Gosh, I really hope I just spelled that right. But that's psyllium husk. And that is a great bowel cleaner. Don't we have such fun conversations on this show? But it's a really, really good one. It's actually, I think, the active ingredient in Metamucil. So that just goes to tell you that it is a really, really good bowel cleaner. Yay. I also mentioned liquid chlorophyll. I love it. Fish oil. I also love apple cider vinegar shots. It really just comes down to kind of finding what makes you feel good. I mean, I can talk about my whole supplement routine, like that there's magnesium and prenatals and all of this other stuff, but really we're talking about detoxing. So the ultimate thing is find what works for you and find what makes you feel good. Remember the idea of bio-individuality. Everyone is different. Every single person is different. What works for you won't work for me. What works for me might not work for my sister or, your cousin, whatever. Find what works for you and find what makes you feel good. Give those a try and, give things a try and stick with what works for you. As far as supplements, though, there are like these big detoxes. I don't think everyone needs to go on a huge detox. I think there's a time and a place for that in probably everyone's life. But if you are going to do that whole thing where you buy, 6 supplements and you take them 3 times a day, just make sure that you are working with a practitioner who can actually recommend a system that is right for your specific needs. Okay? Don't go overboard with this, and don't try to do everything at home or everything all at once. Really find a good practitioner that you trust, that gets your body. And if you're going to go that route, then you can do the big old detox. And the other thing, I mentioned vitamin C, but the other thing I did want to say too about supplements is a lot of supplements are done orally. I also like to get IV, intravenous supplements. I take vitamin C. I have taken glutathione. I have taken vitamin B12 intravenously, or maybe that wasn't intravenously, but basically injections. And it is another great way of getting these in your system. And I love my IV vitamin C. It is just like every time I go in, I just have this instant perk. I just feel so clear. I feel amazing after I do it. I haven't done it in a while. I need to find a new place to go to. But it's something to consider. It's a really good wellness shot. And the other one is obviously zeolites. Zeolites are probably a little bit fringe in the sense that, like, you're mostly going to hear about them in, Facebook groups and things like that. There are tons and tons of stories of reviews and things like that saying how amazing they are. I think it's one of those things where you can try it, see if it works for you. And if so, continue with it. If it doesn't, or if you don't feel so good about it, then, don't continue. But I do think that there's a time and a place to use zeolites as well. It's just, again, it's not the only thing that I would do in trying to detox. Okay. And then I just have a couple more detoxing lifestyle tips for you for this week, but I'm also going to come back next week with more because this list was just too long to fit into one episode. So, okay. Number 6 is grounding. Okay. So I've talked about this before. It is literally as simple as stepping outside, going outside in nature, whether it's at the park or just in front of your apartment building in a city or something like that. And then you take your shoes and socks off and you connect with nature. This can be standing on concrete, standing on grass, standing on sand. It can even be hugging a tree, touching a tree, whatever it is. It's about physically connecting with nature. Okay. And the best way to do that is walk through the park, take your socks off, and enjoy the grass. It recharges your body. Whenever I feel sluggish, whenever I feel grumpy, especially if it's like 3 or 4 in the afternoon and I'm just like, I don't feel so hot right now. I'm done with the day or something like that. I will use that as a reminder to step outside and connect with nature. And it works almost instantly. Within 5 minutes, I am a new person. So I highly recommend trying grounding and let it be something that you encourage your kids to do as well. It's really good for them too. Okay, number 7 is maybe a little bit obvious, okay? But exercise is important. Moving your body any way that you can, okay, is going to help you keep your circulation going. It's going to help you sweat out impurities. It is just good for you in general. In fact, I don't have the study linked here. I just know this off the top of my head, but there is a study that I read that shows that athletes, by virtue of just exercising, they have a more diverse microbiome. And that is something that is just essential to your overall wellness. So don't write off exercise. Get your body moving any way you can, whether it's yoga or bicycling or taking a walk. Walking around the mall with a stroller, it counts, okay? Whatever it takes to get your body moving, it's worth it. Okay. And then finally, for part 1 of my detox lifestyle habits, it's to drink herbal teas. So herbal teas can be absolutely amazing in terms of making herbs delicious and accessible. 2 of my favorite kind of detox friendly herbal teas are dandelion root tea and green tea. So dandelion root tea is quite tasty. It's a pretty good tea. It actually is enjoyable to drink. It's a good thing to drink before bed, or just if you're trying to replace coffee, listen to episode 10 if you want to ditch coffee. I talk all about it in there. But really, if you are just looking for an herbal tea that's going to help you keep the body moving, keep the bowels clean, dandelion root tea has been a great one for me personally, and I enjoy the taste of it. It doesn't taste awful at all. And green tea is also great for that as well. So those are some that you can consider. I'm sure there's more herbal teas that would be great for, general detox. There are, I'm sure, tons of blends that are created specifically for that purpose. But as far as just like singular tea types, I like dandelion root tea and green tea. But again, I'm sure there's more. Okay, so those are part one of our detox lifestyle habits. I hope these ideas inspire you. I know that sometimes I kind of do things that are a little different or a little wacky, but I also know that you're listening to this show for a reason. And I know that these are things that you will understand. I might not be able to tell everybody that I always take my shoes and socks off at the park or, drink dandelion root tea, but I feel like you understand that and you hopefully see the value in these suggestions. I just want you to be taking care of yourself daily. And part of that can entail these simple lifestyle habits, this detox lifestyle, right, that we're talking about. Some of them are simple. Some of them might take more of an adjustment or more of a commitment, or might be something that you just get to eventually down the road one day. But they are simple ways to support your body's natural detox pathways. And anyway, I have more for you in next week's show. So let's just summarize what we talked about today. Tip number one was obviously stop the toxins from coming in, stop exposing yourself as much as possible so that you can make progress in your detoxing efforts. Number two is focus on good hydration. Remember to drink that water, get those minerals in, don't flush the body out, try lemon water, things like that. Number three is to consider dry brushing. Do it before the shower, do it before bed, do it before the sauna, whatever works for you. And then number four is using an infrared sauna, or honestly just using any sauna that you can get your hands on, as long as you're not pregnant or breastfeeding. Number five is to take supplements that might support your body in its efforts to detox. And we talked about a few of these, everything from milk thistle and probiotics to chlorophyll and collagen. And really, it just comes down to finding what works for you. And then number six is to practice grounding, get outside, connect with nature. Just touch a tree when you pass by one, at the very least. Number seven is to exercise, get your body moving. Do whatever it takes to at least get an exercise session in once, twice a week, even better if you can do more. And then number eight is to try herbal teas like roasted dandelion root tea. Okay, so those are my tips for week one. Your call to action for this week is to start living the detox lifestyle. Start supporting your body in its efforts to maintain itself, to keep itself clean. Just remember that the body's job is to clean itself out and to do all of the functions, to complete all of the functions that it needs to complete, but you can support it in this process. So pick one of these, start with one. Maybe you can schedule yourself a sauna appointment, or you can get back on your supplement routine. Maybe you schedule a gym date with a friend. Look for a gym with childcare if you need to. I find those to be so helpful, especially when my kids were little. What am I talking about? I still find those helpful to this day. Get moving, get your body moving, go to the gym or order some roasted dandelion root tea. Whatever works for you, start with that. I just ask that you start with one simple switch, one simple habit that you incorporate, and then just build on that from there. Okay, Mama, you are doing amazing. I am so excited that you want to live the detox lifestyle, and I think that you are doing so great just by starting here. So I will see you next week, and we will continue the conversation. Bye.